Hello.
So the way Jessie gets you in her usual candid Jessie manner, how much you have interacted with her is pretty peripheral up in the 1 month leading up to here. You might have seen her once, twice, have a conversation with her an equal amount of times. The way she comes and gets you is you're probably leaving the bathroom or something, and then you open the door and leave, and then she's like right on the other side of the fucking door. And then she just has her shades on. She's looking off wistfully, almost, like a person, like I don't know, semi-emo music video or something.
She's trying to look like dramatic and cool.
Yeah, like purposely wistful, ocean breeze coursing through the ship.
Oh, you have to be here. Okay.
Yeah, she's like goes, "Hey,
Hi.
Ignacio wants to talk to you."
Okay.
All right, cool. Later. And then she walks away.
Nice seeing you.
That's literally it. You take the transport skiff over to one of the royal ships. There's a lot of royal ships. There's 3 head royal ships for each royal governor and their recording staff. There's a bunch of royal ships holding royal guardsmen, stuff like that.
Big important.
You get to the royal ship that has Ignacio on it. You talk to the courting guardsmen to figure out where the hell on the ship Ignacio's office is. And then you go there, knock on the door, and you hear him from inside. Yes, come in, come in.
She proceeds to go on inside.
You open up the door and you get a look inside. In terms of furniture amount, quantity, it's pretty Spartan. There's not much furniture in here. That being said, the amount of furniture is disproportionately inverse of how much stuff is actually in here. It's pretty packed, filled with assorted bins, boxes, etc., filled with reports, files, dossiers, portfolios, the works.
Right.
You can imagine it like a cops, like a police station, where they have just reports just filed in these boxes, and those boxes are put on top of more boxes, and then there's probably an entire fucking back room filled with that shit. You can imagine his office is the back room. It's not disorganized, though. It is simply filled, but you can tell that there is a good amount of organization. How it works, it's like going to a different library, changes from systems.
Yeah. Like he's making do with what he has kind of situation.
Not necessarily so. Moreover, in the sense of he has a system. You just don't know it. And it also doesn't help that you don't, like only half of these are labeled. The rest are blank. He's writing on something. He's writing a portfolio report of some sort. And he closes it up and pulls out a pocket watch. Well, you managed to show up in a timely manner. That's good. Come in. Sit.
She will go and take a seat.
How's the journey been for you so far? He asks you this as you're coming closer to his desk.
Kind of uneventful, honestly. Just waiting to get to the new land.
You'll be waiting quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
It's only been a month. I imagine there's at least 5 more till we get there. So I suggest you make do with boredom. That being said, perhaps I might be able to alleviate such boredom.
Oh, I would love such.
Well, that remains to be seen. This is meant to be an interview after all. So ask me some questions and we'll talk about more things afterwards.
Of course.
I already asked you how your journey thus far has been. I want to ask, though, about your intents when we get there. We get to the colonies. In the new land. What I obviously know, and he slides over, you can tell it's your dossier.
Right.
He opens it up. I can tell, obviously, that you're going to be employed on some, and he taps expeditionary work, or else you won't be under my care. But there's more to an expeditionary than the expeditions they go on. So, what is your intent when we get there? Anything in particular you're looking for?
For the most part, I just simply desire to help establish, like, a... Hold on, Garth needs a second to think of the proper words. It was a... Fuck! What is it? Outpost! That's the word! I don't know why I couldn't remember the word.
An outpost? What do you mean?
I'll just help people expand cities and such, to actually have, like, a more firm grasp on the environment around them.
Noted. You'd be writing some stuff down in your dossier. Bullet points, mostly. Do you bother reading?
I'll glance at it, but I assume it's his business.
I mean, you could read it. It's a matter of what to read it.
Yeah, sure. What kind of notes are they taking, or are already on there?
Just a bunch of bullet points, single word bullet points. Blunt, mistrusting. You note. Tentative. He doesn't seem to mind that you look, though. He doesn't like cover it. He knows you're looking, but he just continues. Well, whatever true business you have in the colonies, I hope that it won't be, how to put it, negative for yourself or for us.
Do you believe I have some hidden intent?
Yes. Am I wrong? Your silence is all that.
It's
Don't get me wrong. We all have our secrets. Right. We all have our secrets. My chiefest concern is whether or not your secret is potential for sabotage. That's what I'm wondering.
It's unfortunate to answer this, but to the best of my knowledge, no.
He nods. Well, to the best of your knowledge, I hope you're right. Again, I don't fault you for having secrets. We all have our secrets. A lot of people, especially, this is an unfair sample size amongst us colonists. People have things they don't like in the old world. What can I say? I don't blame them. I don't envy them. I won't pry. But again, it is my job to make sure that I don't have traitors amongst all of you.
If you feel the need to pry, though, feel free to do such.
Maybe I will in the future, or perhaps I'll ask Jesse to. Going back to the matter, when we get to the new world, I want to, I suppose, be better informed about your skill set. There are many dangers when we get to the Jagged Expanse, monsters, beasts, traitors, etc. Do you have any particular manner in which you intend to handle them with?
Hopefully quickly, and with extreme prejudice.
Your dossier says you're a slayer before, so that tracks for your military curriculum.
If you want more specific, it most likely says in there, but I have some... not expertise in the ways of magic, such as casting a powerful spell, but the manipulation of such to enhance my own capabilities.
Yes, I am aware. He goes through a couple pages. You guys all had to take essentially aptitude tests, physical tests, magic tests, and stuff like that. You guys got put through the ring and runner. So it's known info. And you can't lie about not having magic. They have executors.
Yeah. They're just like, that's bullshit. Oh, damn it, I need to fill my water.
So, you prefer to deal with matters quickly and efficiently, and in a lethal matter, we'll say.
For lack of a better term.
Well, I have to posit onto you a counterpoint. Not all problems will be able to be ended lethally, or even efficiently. Hopefully not many problems, but I have no doubt that the situation will arise. So in times of non-lethal solutions, what are your methods then? You guys will, as expeditionaries, be working in a team.
I would tend
and it's my job to make sure that such teams are rounded out. But nonetheless, I want to know how well can you round out?
Typically, I do my best to know my strengths and weaknesses, so I would aim to have someone else either assist or take charge in those matters. But if I have to, I tend to have a... I don't particularly... Garth needs a second. I have to think of this character a little more.
Don't worry, here I put hesitant in your bullet point, don't worry.
I tend to just allow most people to do the talking kind of situation.
Even if their methods are counterintuitive to your ideals.
I don't always know the best answer to the situation. So, if I feel that is the best answer to the situation, then I'll allow it.
Well, let me posit to you the following scenario. The Slayers are quite renowned for killing many a beast in the Twins. I remember there was a hag about a couple of decades ago. Hags are definitively amongst the worst creatures in existence. It is a benefit to the world that they are not around ever again. Say you're in a situation in the Jagged Expanse where you encounter such a hag, and one of your team members, only one, wants to peacefully negotiate with the hag. Dare I say, work with the hag in a long-term relation.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts then? I do not promise this scenario will happen, but it's my job to wonder.
Is there some form of greater evil they're trying to dismantle with the hag's assistance, or is it simply they find a curiosity and growth in themselves through the hag?
We'll say the latter.
Hmm.
In this scenario, they know much more about the hag than any of you. But also in this scenario, they refuse to tell you that information.
Is it a scenario where we could return back to a base of some sort and plan out otherwise, or is it something where we have to act upon immediately?
The latter.
Hmm.
Split-second decisions are very crucial to expeditionary work.
Mhm. I would not be for it.
But how would you deal with it?
I would attempt to either take control of the situation and guide us in a different potential direction, or work with whoever would be considered the head of the group to do similar. Unless that person is, in fact, the head of the group. Which would
No.
potentially cause some strife in the group, but I feel it would be better to hash out issues at the time that they arise than to work with such an evil being. Such.
Very well. He writes something. This you cannot read.
Is it like just a different language?
No, it seems to be ciphered.
Oh, okay.
Encrypted, rather.
Might as well be a different language to me.
It uses normal words. It's just that makes no sense.
Mm.
You know, seekers use such encryption styles. Not the same style, not the same ciphers, but the logic is there. All right. Then let us progress with this interview then. How do you view this? Me, us. Suppose you can call us the officials, the administration. How do you view us?
Well, you're high up for a particular reason. I assume that you are in that position because you know better, or have experienced better.
No thoughts on the colonization efforts? Nothing?
I'm supportive of it, if that means anything.
It is. It does matter. But the thing is, as well, this is a unfair sample size.
You're not wrong.
No other thoughts on us. You just assume that we are competent, deserving of our positions.
I mean, if you weren't competent or in your positions, then you'd probably have died doing whatever your previous jobs were. So, yes.
Not all jobs are dangerous, former Slayer. Now, he writes some more stuff, which is encrypted. You know, well, we were just simply talking about it a short while ago. Many people here have secrets. Not all of them. I hope all of them are, but I doubt it. Not all of them are true to provincial standard. I hope that even with your secret, whatever it is, you still are true to provincial standard.
I am. To the
Then
best of
would
my
you help me with the
capabilities.
task?
Absolutely. She kind of like straightens up at that.
He smiles. Well, that is good to hear. I'm not going to divulge all the information I have on it to you right now. Either I, myself, or Jessie herself, or someone else will be keeping tabs. Not just on you, but on the Force in general. And as time goes on, if I continue to find you trustworthy, I will reveal more and more information on the task. But for the time being, for me initially asking you about such a task, I need your help in escorting something, guarding something, delivering something. Once we get to the mainland, or once we get to the colonies, landside, would you be okay with this?
Sure. Where does it need to be delivered to?
I won't be telling you that right now.
Okay.
The other catch is this must be done covertly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you handle such?
Yes, I can.
Good. Then, that which we talked about today, don't tell anyone else. Any information I give you henceforth, don't tell anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
He stands up and begins walking around the desk towards your side. He leans on his desk. Now, there was the matter of people potentially wondering why I summoned you here. You are in need of a cover story, an alibi. And I will be giving you such in the form of an alleviation of boredom and supplemental training, officially.
Very well.
In the next day or so, a messenger, runner, courier, you know the sort, will come find you and give you the parameters of your supplemental training. And in these coming months, I or Jesse more likely, will tell you more information about the task if we continue finding you trustworthy. And if we stop finding you trustworthy, then no new information will come. Simple as that.
Very well.
Any questions? Within reason.
What is Jesse's particular job title then? I figured she was just an expeditionary, but
Officially, she is my adjutant.
okay.
In actuality, so much more. Which he only stays responsible for a small amount of the time.
Right.
Oh, you saved me a question. I was wondering what you thought of Jessie, as well as your interactions with her thus far. But I suppose your question answers that in and of itself.
A bit, yes.
Know this. I trust Jessie with my life. She has been my friend for many, many years.
Well, I hope that you guys are friends for much longer.
Knowing Jessie, I won't have a choice.
Hmm. I'm assuming I can't, at the time, ask what this item I would potentially be delivering is.
You will not ever know.
Okay.
Not until it is actually delivered. At that point, well, you'll see. Just be patient.
Very well. So what other type of training were you thinking then?
Well, I suppose you was talking about, and he slides over the entire portfolio of your dossier, pages to the aptitude side of it. You were talking before about your magical potentials being self-amplifying. I know from your Slayer training, as denoted, he turns the page here, that your bowmanship is just fine. Oh, better expeditionary across multiple fields is a better expeditionary overall. So perhaps we can help with that.
Very well.
Book study, I don't think is befitting for you, and honestly, I don't think the ships are the place to do so. You're free to do so once we get to the colonies, but ship side, I feel like there are more practical ways.
She gives him a nod of, yeah, you're right. It's like
More practical ways of training such.
Hmm.
I have some other expeditionaries in mind already. Some quick-mindedness will certainly be beneficial. And he taps the hesitant bullet point. I'm not sure if it'll help socially, but perhaps they could also help you on that matter as well.
It's definitely something that's bit me in the ass more times than once, so.
Well, there we go. I'll talk to some expeditionaries and see which among them can make you both quick of mind, quick-handed, and quick-witted. Again, anticipate a messenger the next day or so. Maybe 2, depending on their responses. The next day or 2 or so, and then you'll know who to talk to, and then I'll be ordering them to set out some parameters of curriculum. Any other questions?
None that come to mind, no.
Very well. He holds out a hand for you to shake. That concludes your interview then, Rose.
They do the, what is it called? Like the warrior handshake where you grab like the forearm?
That's called a wrist shake.
Just a wrist shake.
That's why
they
they
do that one. I don't know if that would be considered unprofessional. Hey.
You grab it on the wrist. You give him a wrist shake, and then thus concludes your interview. You leave, and, you know, within a day, you get a messenger.
Right.
Funnily enough, you're actually given Jessie as your instructor, which is both good and a curse. Mostly because she really does like avoid any responsibility when it comes to this.
Yeah, so when she's tasked with responsibility, it's like, eh.
You basically get the training sequence of Quoth in Name of the Wind, where Master oh god, what's his name? He's the one Jean is based off of.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where he jumps off a fucking building.
Yeah, well, moreover, the one of, all right, go give me 50 pine cones. There are no pine trees around here, I found out. He fucking lied to you, that's why. It's something along those lines of she gives you work, which is actually effective, and it sort of channels your frustration, and that definitely alleviates boredom because you're annoyed. But at the same time, though, you wonder if there are better teachers that aren't as frustrating. But you can't argue the results.
Yeah. I mean, it fucking works, and that's what the guy above me said was probably a good call. Go with that one.
Yeah. Jessie is keen on teaching you observative skills, mostly in a social sense.
Right.
Because that's sort of just people watching for her, and she finds it amusing.
Yeah, like reading people, knowing their emotions.
She just straight up just gives you like either fast targets, flying targets, like she conjures them up and stuff like that. Test your reflexes, stuff like that. Which isn't that hard.
Is it just a situation of she'll just like shout pull or something and just chuck fireball into the sky?
Basically. Okay. It'll surprise you if it do. You'll just be doing whatever, and then you get trick and triggered when you hear her say that, and you fucking, to your credit, you still hit. Anyways, in the coming months, I'll tell you each detail right now, all the details right now. The catch is that each detail is segmented in between by a month. So it's already 1 month in. So you get the last detail at the last day. Or not the last day in specific, but like at the end of the journey. So you know that you'll be escorting something. You don't know what. You'll never know what. You learn that where are you delivering it to? You're delivering it to, obviously, Driftwood Bay, to Expeditionary R&D. So you know where you're delivering to. The next detail is who are you delivering to? So you know that whatever you're delivering, it needs some eggheads to look at it. Mm-hmm. Some secret shit.
Evil egghead or intelligent egghead?
You learn that you'll be delivering it to the head of R&D.
Gotcha.
And you don't know there's an evil egghead there yet. So, and also Darren's not really an egghead. He just knows shit.
Yeah.
And then the last detail, and you learn this last, you'll be joining a group of people to do so. And that Jessie is going to be your quasi-handler. for better or worse. I think it's the last bit that's probably the most shocking because you're told it's covert, but then you find out it's a group of people doing it.
Yeah.
So I raise suspicions as to what you're actually delivering.
Yeah. It's definitely a weird one.
Just know that you'll still have to go through the official channels of finishing your paperwork. You're in the first day of finishing paperwork.
Right.
You know where to go. Like, you get told roughly in the Expeditionary HQ where to meet with the group and with Jesse. And that's about it. All right. So, that is your interview. So, I got 2 more to fucking do.
Hey, at least this one was fast. I say, looking at the things, noticing it's 25 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, fast is a subjective term.
Oh, what's Grace? Like, well, I know she's like.
Sorry.
Who's next?
I think Kirsty is grabbing tea, so I'll go.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the restroom first. So, yeah.
The
I'll ask
timing.
again, but I'll probably be you, Fred. So I'll be right back.